Thanks very much, Richard. Ciao, Claudio.
Hi, Jaime.
Buon Natale.
Anche a te, grazie.
Can you just first of all give us an idea of the COVID situation at the club, the number of players that are now available again and the number that are not available?
Okay. Unfortunately, today arrive all my players together, and that is very, very important. And I have out just the injury players, and it's a bad moment now. It's a bad moment because the players can't train properly, and I hope nobody will suffer some injury, because when they don't train and they arrive at the end, it's very difficult to play, but that's it.
The players who have recovered from COVID, are they fit and healthy otherwise, or are they suffering any effects still?
No, he didn't suffer. He didn't suffer any effect, but suffer the lack of the training session, of course. They are like a Formula One car, and when you don't make any training session, it's difficult. It's difficult, and I hope, I cross my finger, that nobody has some injury.
Can you just give us a sense of how difficult these last 2 weeks have been for you? Have they been perhaps even the most challenging time in your managerial career?
Yes, no, also in Italy, when we stopped for, if I remember well, 2 months, because we stopped 1 month, and after we had 1 month to restart together and the training session, and then restart the Serie A. It was very, very tough. This kind of a situation is very difficult for us, for the players, for everybody, for the fans, because also the fans want to stay close to the players, to everybody, with the club, with the squad. Is a strange situation. That's it.
And you talk about the fact that the players haven't been training, they haven't got that match fitness. Would you be in favor of bringing in 5 substitutions?
Yes, also in Italy, I was the first who I spoke about the 5th changes, because are very important to don't push too much about the fitness of the players, because if they don't train and then they have to play, and I think we have to also to replay 2 matches, and then that means we are playing now every 3 days. How is it possible? I keep on the pitch for 90 minutes, only 3 players, and then I can change only 3 players. That is very difficult for them. Just I cross my finger, nobody has an injury. That is very important. The 5 changes could be right solution.
Some of the other managers have said that this meeting amongst the managers last week with the Premier League was a waste of time. Antonio Conte said it was like talking to a wall. The decisions had already been made. Was that your experience of that meeting as well?
Yes, but is the same we try to do. We try to sell something, also Guardiola and Rafa Benitez. But I understand it's very difficult, because the people is the Boxing Day is a religion, and then it's very difficult. Don't play in this case. But the situation is very difficult. The situation and very difficult, and for as manager is, we have to stay every day. Oh, what happened today? Oh, okay, we can train with the 10 players, 8 players, 12. Every day change the situation.
And these are exceptional times, aren't they?
Yes, it's an exceptional time. Yes.
Grazie.
Thank you to you.
Okay, Paul, give us a go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear me? Is my Wi-Fi any good, or are the kids hogging the line?
Very well, Paul.
Good. Claudio, how many normal training sessions have you had since you last played? Have you had any?
One normal session.
Really, in 3 weeks or so?
Yeah. Yep.
So how does that leave? I mean, how does that change your preparations for this West Ham game? Do you have to leave everything a lot later than you would normally, decision-wise?
Yes, of course, and I had to speak also with my players to understand very well what I can do, and then I try to choose my first 11, and then when you had only 3 change, I had to say to my players, slow down the rhythm, the tempo, because I don't know if they can continue to play for 90 minutes.
And what sort of challenge will you be up against from West Ham? What have you made of them in recent weeks?
It's a very big challenge against West Ham. West Ham is a very good team, play very well. Moses are doing a fantastic job, and they are solid. And in front there is a very good players. And then, but we have to change our way, because it's not possible to continue. We are, you know, in the relegation battle for the Premier League. We must to change something.
I imagine they'll say that you have an advantage because you didn't play yesterday when they did. I don't imagine you feel like you have an advantage, do you?
Yes, I hope I have an advantage. But when I say to you, in 2 weeks, I have just today the first training session with all together. It's not easy. Huh? It's not easy.
Let me just, can I jog your memory and think of a happy memory? Your first ever Premier League game, I think, was against West Ham, wasn't it? Do you remember that day?
No, my first match in Premier League was against United. In United, we made a 3-3 in 2000.
I've got it wrong then. Let's ignore that and move on. Very best of luck, Claudio.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Paul, blame the kids for your poor connection there.
It's all their fault.
I've got a feeling that might have been his first home Premier League game. Was it, Claudio? First home Premier League?
No, I've got it.
I don't remember the first home Premier League game against who. I don't remember.
All right, Paul.
I forgot that Claudio didn't start at the very start of that season.
No. I started. I think at the end of September, roughly.
I'll send down the ladder then.
Definitely my kid's fault.
Yeah, definitely. Fortnight to blame.
Thanks for trying.
Bye.
Over to you, Si.
Cheers. Hi, Claudio. How are you?
Hi, Simon.
How are you? Just on the COVID situation, I understand what you're saying about 5 subs, but then Newcastle might say, well, we've just had to play every game with 3 subs. And how can Watford or Burnley get an advantage by getting 5 subs, and you're changing the rules? What would you say to them?
Yes, I know the rules must change for everybody. I don't know when, but this is an advantage, not for us, but for the players. For the players, that is important. We must think about the players, not about a single situation.
It was, I don't know if it's correct or not, but it was mentioned in one report that when your game at Burnley was called off, part of that was because there were players who were unvaccinated, who were close contacts and were not allowed to play because they had to isolate. First of all, I don't know whether that is true, but there's been a lot of talk about unvaccinated players and whether managers would be willing to sign unvaccinated players. You've spoken a lot about players getting vaccines. What's your view on all this?
Yes, we have to speak with the board and think very well every single situation. That is a normal, because I need the player who can play, and you know, if you are vaccinated, you can take some symptoms of the COVID, but it's very, very light, and that is important also.
And just in terms of Watford's situation, the league at the bottom now, there's teams on all kinds of different numbers of games. Do you feel as though there is an advantage to have not played, or is it a disadvantage to have not played. What is your view of what is at the bottom of the
It's
league
difficult
now?
to say is another advantage or not, because now start also the African Cup, and some players go in Africa, and then I don't have some players before I had. It's no easy situation, but then it's not. I think it's not right to talk. What we have to do, we do and finish.
Thank you.
Thank you to you.
Okay, that's unless there's anyone else for broadcast, which I don't think there is, unless Jeff's going to come in. No, just recording Jeff. Then that's the end of the broadcast section.
If I may.
You may. You
Yeah.
may certainly, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks. Claudio, West Ham, hi. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Yeah, thank you. West Ham have been a little bit out of form with 1 win in 7 in the last 7 games. Is this the right time to play them?
I don't know if it's the right time to play against West Ham or against another team. It's important we are ready and we try to do our best. We need points. That is our nightmare. No, it's not so a bad moment, but it's a strange moment for us. Then for us, it's very important to get points. And I can say at the end of the match, if it was a right moment to play against West Ham. West Ham is a very good team.